If this message has reached you, it is not by coincidence. There are moments in life when something unseen moves us, when we are drawn toward a message, a person, or an experience that feels strangely familiar. You may think you simply clicked a video, but in truth, the universe aligned this exact moment for you to remember something you have always known. There exists a hidden law, older than any religion, deeper than any science, woven into the fabric of existence itself. It is the pulse behind creation, the invisible thread that binds galaxies to your heartbeat, the stars to your breath, the infinite to the intimate. You can feel it sometimes in the quiet, in those moments when life seems to whisper instead of shout, when everything around you feels connected by a rhythm you cannot see, but somehow understand. You felt it when a thought becomes reality, when the right person appears at the right time, when pain unexpectedly transforms into clarity. You've sensed it through déjà vu, intuition, and the strange perfection of timing that no human mind could design. This is the law that governs all synchronicity, all creation, all meaning, the subtle architecture of consciousness itself. But here's the truth that few ever realize. You are not just witnessing this law, you are activating it. Every thought you feed, every emotion you nurture, every belief you repeat sends ripples through the field of existence. You have been speaking to the universe your entire life, and it has been listening, responding, and mirroring your vibration back to you in ways you may never have noticed. The hidden law does not live outside you. It breathes through you. It reflects your inner world through the outer one, shaping events, emotions, and encounters to mirror what you hold within. It does not judge or punish. It simply reflects. And in that reflection lies the power to create, or to destroy, to awaken or to remain asleep. Nothing that happens to you is random. Every person you meet, every challenge you face, every silence you endure is part of the same divine dialogue between your consciousness and the infinite intelligence that sustains all things. To see this clearly is to awaken, to realize that life has never been happening to you, but through you. When you begin to perceive life this way, everything changes. The ordinary becomes sacred. Small details begin to glow with meaning. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin to ask, "What is this teaching me?" You understand that even pain carries purpose, even endings hide beginnings, and even silence contains guidance. Most people never hear the law because they are too distracted by noise, chasing the next moment while missing the miracle of this one. But when you finally become still enough to listen, you can feel it. That subtle hum beneath every heartbeat, that invisible intelligence shaping your reality with precision and care. You are never separate from the universe. You are the awareness through which it perceives itself, both the observer and the observed, the wave and the ocean, the dreamer and the dream. The hidden law is not a rule to obey, but a truth to remember. What you give your energy to expands. What you neglect dissolves. What you believe becomes. And now that you remember this, your journey truly begins. Because what comes next will show you how this law works through attention itself, the force that shapes every moment of your existence. Everything in your life responds to one silent command, the focus of your attention. What you give your energy to expands. What you turn away from fades into nothingness. Attention is the hidden architecture of reality, the invisible current through which creation flows into form. Most people move through life unaware of this power. They believe that circumstances shape their emotions, that the external world decides what they feel inside. But the truth is reversed. The inner state precedes the outer event. The world doesn't decide your vibration. Your vibration decides your world. Every thought that arises within you is a possibility, an invitation, a seed. But a seed only becomes a tree when you water it with attention. Thoughts on their own are hollow. They carry no life until you choose to energize them. You are the gardener of the unseen, and every focus you hold, whether born from love or from fear, is a command to the universe to grow that experience within you. When you dwell on scarcity, you tell the field, I live in lack. When you focus on gratitude, you broadcast, I am surrounded by abundance. The universe is not moral. It does not judge what you focus on as good or bad. It simply says, yes, let it be so. It reflects your attention like a mirror made of light, returning your vibration multiplied through experience. This is why so many people remain trapped in the same cycles. They try to escape a situation while constantly giving energy to the very thing they wish to leave. They pray for peace while thinking about conflict. They seek love while focusing on loneliness. And the law, pure, neutral, and exact, continues to deliver what their energy confirms to be real. You can change your entire reality by mastering this one thing, the direction of your focus. Each time you catch yourself drifting into fear, judgment, or comparison, you are given a sacred opportunity to redirect your energy toward what you truly wish to experience. The moment you shift your attention, the frequency of your field begins to change, and your outer world starts rearranging itself to match your new state. The hidden law does not operate through effort, but through resonance. You do not have to force the universe into alignment. You only have to align yourself. Attention is the tuning fork of creation. When your inner tone vibrates with clarity, everything in your reality begins to harmonize with it. If you could see the energetic web that surrounds you, you would realize how instant this process truly is. Every thought sends ripples through that web, and those ripples gather energy, forming patterns that soon crystallize as events, emotions, and outcomes. The physical world is the delayed echo of your focus, a reflection of what you consistently energize in silence. To speak to the universe is not to beg or demand, but to choose what you will see, feel, and feed. The hidden law does not respond to your words. It responds to your attention. And when your attention becomes pure, unwavering, and aligned with truth, reality itself begins to mirror that purity back to you in ways that appear miraculous, but are simply natural. So the question is not whether the law is working. The question is, what are you teaching it to create through the energy of your focus? Because every moment, whether you realize it or not, you are casting votes for your future with the currency of your attention. The universe does not understand tomorrow. It does not respond to one day or someday. It speaks only one language, the vibration of the present moment. Everything that exists, every possibility, every version of your life already lives within the infinite now. The past is memory. The future is imagination. Only the present breath carries the frequency that creation can hear. When you say, I will be happy when, the universe receives a signal of lack. It reflects back experiences that confirm what you are truly broadcasting. I am not there yet. But when you begin to feel the energy of what you desire as if it is already here, you awaken the hidden law. The universe listens through vibration, not vocabulary. It mirrors your state of being, not your words. Every time you speak or think in future tense, you separate yourself from what is already available. Yet the moment you say, I am, you merge with it instantly. To live in the present is to step into alignment with the eternal. It means feeling abundance before the evidence appears, embodying peace before the circumstances change, trusting love before it arrives in form. This is not denial. It is mastery. You are not pretending something is true. You are remembering that in the realm of energy it already is. Most people live as prisoners of time. They worship the past, relive regrets, or wait for a future that never comes. But the hidden law operates beyond time. It listens only to the frequency of this moment. Every second you spend projecting into tomorrow or replaying yesterday, you are vibrating outside of the only point where creation actually happens, now. The power of now is not just a concept. It is the heartbeat of the universe. Everything that has ever manifested, from galaxies forming to dreams, becoming reality, happened through the timeless present. When you are fully here, aware and still, you become the meeting point between the infinite and the physical. You stop chasing what you want and begin allowing it to find you. When you learn to live in the present, you discover that what you were searching for was never missing. It was simply waiting for your awareness to match its frequency. The universe was never silent. You were just tuned to a different station. And as you return to this moment, to this breath, to this awareness, the signal becomes clear again. In truth, there is no distance between you and what you seek. There is only alignment or resistance. The energy of what you desire is not somewhere else. It is here, vibrating now, waiting to be recognized by the consciousness that called it into being. So stop asking when your manifestation will come. Instead, ask how deeply you can feel it now, because time bends to vibration. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, always mirrors the energy that is most alive in the present moment. When you truly grasp this, you stop waiting for miracles and begin living inside them. As your awareness deepens, you begin to realize that life is not a straight line, but a vast network of patterns, intricate, intelligent, and endlessly repeating. What once appeared random now reveals itself as design. The coincidences, the delays, the heartbreaks, they were never accidents. They were conversations with consciousness, teaching you how to see beyond the visible layer of existence. Imagine life as a grand game, where every event is a move and every emotion is a clue. Most people play without ever learning the rules. They react, they resist, they struggle against pieces they don't understand. But as your consciousness expands, you begin to notice the larger board, the forces that shape destiny, the subtle patterns that connect your inner state with the outer unfolding of reality. Every choice you make, every feeling you hold is part of this dynamic exchange. You are not a pawn of fate, you are a player learning to remember that you designed the game itself. The people who trigger you, the situations that frustrate you, the moments that confuse you, they are mirrors, reflecting the parts of yourself you have not yet embraced. Life is not against you. It is showing you what still lives in shadow, waiting to be seen with love. The expansion of consciousness is not about escaping reality, but about perceiving more of it. The more you see, the less you judge. The less you judge, the more you understand. And understanding is freedom. To awaken is to notice the pattern beneath the noise, the way each moment fits into a higher geometry of purpose. When you step back far enough, you can see how everything that ever happened to you was preparing you for this very instant. Every loss carved space for new wisdom. Every delay taught patience. Every heartbreak opened the heart wider. The hidden law was guiding you the entire time, through the labyrinth of experiences that shaped your soul into awareness. Most people see only fragments of the pattern, like pieces of a cosmic puzzle scattered by emotion. But when you rise into higher awareness, the fragments begin to connect, and suddenly you recognize the picture. A design so precise, so meaningful that you can only call it divine. To expand consciousness is to move from reaction to realization. It is the moment when you stop asking, "Why is this happening?" and begin asking, "What is this revealing?" It is to understand that nothing is wasted, and everything belongs. You begin to sense that the universe is not testing you, but teaching you. It is not withholding answers, but leading you through them. The hidden law is always communicating through feedback, through energy, synchronicity, and resonance. What you resist persists. What you accept transforms. The more conscious you become, the clearer the game becomes. You start seeing that every level of awareness opens new possibilities, new timelines, new reflections of the same eternal truth. Everything is connected, and nothing is random. In this state, you no longer fight life, you dance with it. You stop trying to control outcomes and begin guiding energy. You understand that awareness is the only mastery that matters, because once you see the pattern, you are no longer trapped inside it. And when you reach that point of clarity, when you finally see life for what it truly is, an ever-unfolding conversation between your soul and the infinite, you realize that awakening is not an achievement. It is simply the recognition that you were never asleep. As your consciousness expands, something extraordinary begins to happen. You start to notice that life is constantly guiding you through feeling. Every emotion, every sensation, every inner nudge is a form of communication. The universe speaking through the quiet language of resonance. You have always been guided, though the signals were often drowned out by noise. The universe does not shout. It moves through subtle intuition, through the soft pull of what feels right and the gentle discomfort of what doesn't. What feels light and expansive is a yes. What feels heavy or closed is a no. The guidance is simple yet profound. Energy never lies. Resonance is the inner compass that was given to you before you were born. It points not north or south, but toward truth. Every decision, every path, every relationship has a vibration. When you learn to listen beyond logic, you begin to feel which choices expand your energy and which ones drain it. The heart already knows what the mind still debates. This is how the hidden law speaks. It does not use words, because words can deceive. It uses vibration, because vibration is honest. When something resonates, it aligns with your higher timeline, the version of reality where your soul feels at home. When something feels wrong, it is not a punishment. It is redirection. The law is saying, not this way. Many people ignore their resonance because they have been taught to obey fear, disguised as practicality. They stay in jobs, relationships, and patterns that suffocate their spirit, hoping logic will lead them to peace. That peace is never found in resistance. The longer you deny your inner truth, the louder the dissonance grows, until life itself forces you to change. The universe is infinitely patient, but it will not stop reminding you. It will repeat lessons in different forms until you learn to follow your resonance rather than your fears. And when you finally do, life begins to flow again. The right people appear effortlessly. The timing becomes precise. The path ahead seems illuminated by invisible light. Resonance is not emotion. It is deeper than that. It is the vibration beneath emotion, the subtle frequency that tells you whether something aligns with who you are becoming. Joy, ease, and peace are its signatures. If you feel constriction, confusion, or chaos, it is simply a sign that you have drifted away from your natural frequency. Realignment begins the moment you listen. Following resonance is the act of trusting the unseen. It is the surrender of control and the embrace of flow. You begin to realize that what feels good to your soul is not indulgence. It is divine direction. The things that truly nourish you, creativity, silence, kindness, truth, are the universe confirming, yes, this is your way. When you honor what resonates, you step into harmony with the field of creation. You become a conscious participant in the divine rhythm that has always been guiding you. And the more you trust it, the more effortlessly life unfolds. The hidden law doesn't demand faith. It rewards alignment. The moment you choose authenticity over approval, intuition over fear, resonance over resistance, the universe rearranges itself to support that choice. Everything begins to move with you, not against you. The chaos calms, the noise fades, and in that quiet, you remember what peace truly feels like. Not the absence of conflict, but the presence of coherence. This is what it means to live guided. Not by rules, not by logic, but by the living pulse of your own energy, the voice of the universe within you. The subconscious mind is the bridge between your inner world and the universe. It is the silent translator that turns vibration into form, intention into reality. Unlike the conscious mind, which analyzes, questions, and doubts. The subconscious simply receives, accepts, and creates. It has no concept of true or false, possible or impossible. It only knows repetition. Every belief that shapes your life was installed through repetition. Every pattern you live out, whether of fear, love, limitation, or abundance, began as a repeated vibration impressed upon your subconscious field. You were born pure awareness, but from the moment you entered the world, the voices of others began writing programs into your energy. Words became instructions. Experiences became scripts. And over time, the law began reflecting not who you truly are, but what you repeatedly believe yourself to be. The universe listens not to your fleeting thoughts, but to your consistent vibration. It responds to what you feel most often. This is why prayers, affirmations, and mantras hold ancient power, not because of their words, but because of the resonance they build through repetition. Every time you speak or think with emotion, you reinforce a frequency in the field. And what is repeated long enough becomes reality. If you tell yourself, "I am not enough," that message echoes into the universe until it becomes evidence in your life. But if you begin to declare, "I am guided, I am aligned, I am whole," with sincerity and persistence, your subconscious starts to reshape its pattern. The field reorganizes around your new vibration. The same world begins to mirror a different truth. This is not positive thinking. It is energetic reprogramming. The hidden law is literal. It mirrors what is impressed upon the field with emotion and consistency. So you must become intentional with the stories you repeat. Every sentence you think is a seed. Every word you speak is a spell. Every emotion you revisit becomes a command to creation. The power of repetition lies in its subtlety. Most people expect change after one affirmation, one meditation, one realization. But transformation happens through rhythm, not rush. Just as the tide shapes stone through countless waves, your vibration shapes reality through continual alignment. You become what you rehearse. Think of your subconscious as fertile soil. Whatever is planted there with emotion will grow, whether it is fear or faith. So begin to plant consciously. Choose phrases that feel true to your higher self, and repeat them not to convince, but to remember. Let the repetition become devotion. Let it become rhythm. Over time, your nervous system adapts, your energy field stabilizes, and your frequency becomes coherent. You stop oscillating between doubt and faith, and your vibration settles into a calm certainty that radiates through everything you do. And in that state, manifestation stops being effort. It becomes reflection. You will start to notice small shifts first. Synchronicities, calmness, gentle confirmations. Then bigger ones, opportunities aligning, relationships transforming, paths opening. The world does not change because you forced it to, but because you finally match the frequency of the reality you are always meant to experience. Repetition, when used consciously, is sacred rhythm. It is how the universe remembers itself through you. Each day you affirm truth. You remind the field of who you are. Each time you choose alignment over chaos, you strengthen coherence in the grid of your reality. In this way, your daily thoughts become prayers, your habits become rituals, and your life becomes a mantra. And through that steady vibration, the hidden law responds, not once, but endlessly, reflecting back to you the truth you now embody. At the deepest point of this journey, a realization begins to dawn. The hidden law you have been searching for was never outside of you. It has always lived within, waiting for the moment you would be still enough to remember. You were never separate from the energy that shapes worlds. You were simply dreaming of separation, until awakening returned you to truth. Everything in existence is the same. Consciousness expressing itself in different forms: the tree, the sky, the pain, the peace, the stranger, the friend. Nothing is outside the network of light, that connects all things. The atoms that make up your body are made of the same substance that forms the stars. The thoughts you think ripple across galaxies. The breath you take carries the same rhythm as the oceans. You are not in the universe. You are the universe, perceiving itself through a human lens. The hidden law was never a rule to follow. It was a mirror to recognize. You are both the artist and the canvas, the dreamer and the dream, the question and the answer. When you purify your focus, when you align your thoughts with love and your emotions with truth, the universe reflects that alignment instantly. Reality bends to coherence, because coherence is the signature of divinity. To live in alignment with this law is to live consciously. To know that every moment, every encounter, every silence is part of a sacred dialogue. The way you speak to others, the way you think of yourself, the way you respond to challenge, all of it is communication with the field. Every reaction sends a ripple. Every thought becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of creation. When you understand this, gratitude becomes your natural language. You stop searching for meaning and start recognizing it everywhere. The sunrise becomes a lesson. The breath becomes a prayer. The quiet becomes a teacher. You realize that the divine has never been absent. It was simply waiting for you to slow down enough to listen. This is the essence of awakening. Not an escape from the world, but a deeper participation in it. You begin to act from awareness instead of reaction, from presence instead of fear. You stop trying to force outcomes and start flowing with intelligence itself. And as you do, you become a living expression of harmony. Even challenges begin to feel different. You no longer see them as punishment, but as purification. Pain becomes refinement. Uncertainty becomes possibility. You understand that everything serves the expansion of consciousness, and that nothing is wasted in the economy of the universe. Every shadow, when embraced, becomes light.